Okay, we're recording live.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. Our guest today is the keeper of Ancient Andean Wisdom, co-founder of Children of the Seven Rays, and a world-renowned spiritual teacher, and a guide best known for his heart-centered and humble approach to healing and spirituality. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe as always. But without further ado, Jhaimy Alvarez-Acosta. Jhaimy, how you doing, man? It's so good to talk to you again. So good to have you back on the show.
Oh, thank you, my bro. I am really, really happy. Happy to be here with you, sharing all the beautiful Andean traditions and, a beautiful time for celebration,
Yeah, it's really nice to have you, Jhaimy. Again, I mean, I don't think have we had a repeat or on the show, Dev. I don't think we have. I think Jhaimy is our. Yeah, so that's why it's Jhaimy's incredible. He's part of our family. Yeah, it's been an incredible journey for, I don't know, 10, 15 years with Jhaimy. You guys, Devin and Dylan, you guys have been in Teen Journey to Peru, many years ago when you guys were like 14 and 16 or something, and guided through a really amazing journey with Jhaimy and some other incredible teens at the time, was coming of age ceremonies and things that you guys did. Something that we don't do in Western culture, so it's really super. So yeah, so we go way back. Hey, yeah, Jhaimy. Yeah.
It's such a beautiful to remember all these amazing things that we do, and it's such a this is a beautiful medicine, and sometimes it's what humanity really forgot. The main Maybe the main mantra in all these different traditions, different philosophical schools, is remember. So in the Andes we say is the hampui. Hampui is like a remember, and also in the same way call you, come back. And it's really magical mantra or really magical word too. You see, because help us to go back. And this is a little bit the key in the Andean traditions, because for us, the future is behind and the past is in front of you. So we walk into the past, we don't walk into the future.
Right.
And the ancestors say, the only thing that you see clearly is what you already living. So study your past, and you go to have a better present and call better future. You see, but how you study your past is using this beautiful key that is say remember all the beautiful things that you do and all the difficult things that you do too. And when life gives to you the opportunity, well, do something different. You see, it's such a beautiful, and this is the power of remember.
Right.
And also the other part is sometimes when we living in our own realities, in our own world, with our own issues, we forget who we are. We waiting for somebody to call you and say, hey, Jhaimy, and so you pay attention, but how many times you call your name? How many times you say to you, hey, Jhaimy, how are you? How you feel today? You see, these memories, these realities is really important. More in this moment of transition and difficulties for humanity, for everything that we live. It's beautiful to have a relationship with you, and a healthy relationship.
Right. I remember because my wife Reiko and I, we've done several workshops with you over the past several years, right? And I remember a really good exercise that we did was calling ourselves back, right? And I remember what we did. We did a bit of a meditation, and I envisioned myself, Nigel, as 15, 20 years ago, whenever I was having a really difficult time, and I was just all, stressed and like this. And I visited myself from now, and I went back in time, and I said, hey, Nigel, I'm 25 years in the future, and hey, look, I'm fine. I'm fine. You're going to be fine. And talking to myself back at that moment in time, which I actually, if I was there, I wouldn't be able to realize that, no, I'm not good. But knowing that in the future, I'm fine. And I actually, kind of went back and visited myself in the past. And then I just felt, gee, it flushed out a lot of these things that were from the past. Yeah.
This is such a beautiful exercise because for many situations that we live in life, and exist two ways to when we forget pieces of us. One is illusions, and the other one is the fears. Fears coming with anger, illusions coming with love. You see? So in some of these points, sometimes we forget pieces of us in different realities, in different realities. So this exercise helps us to go back and pick up this part of ourselves and bring these realities here, because if we're moving in life not fully integrating, we don't have the way to digest and deal with the things that we need to deal in the day-to-day. You see? In one hand, we walking in life, breaking, separating for ourselves. And when you walking like this, create empty spaces inside of you. And in these empty spaces is sometimes growing sadness, frustration, confusions. And this is how this energy is poisoning you internally.
Right. Yeah.
So for this reason, it's such a beautiful to don't create these empty spaces. So bring yourself back, call your name back, and moving fully integrating. Feel complete. You see, but many people move in life feeling some kind of emptiness.
Yeah.
And this emptiness comes from exactly this experience, that we forget pieces of us in different realities. Yeah. And sometimes it's difficult to understand, but when you practice, you go to experience the reality, you go to experience how everything changed, how you feel, how happy you feel, how complete you feel, and this transform everything around.
Right. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. I know. No, it's really helped, because it was a really interesting exercise, because like you said, we all leave pieces of ourselves in the past. We have traumas, we have good things, bad things, and we leave little bits. And it's an interesting exercise to go and visit ourselves back and basically, like you said, pick up that piece and bring it forward to now. And
another beautiful thing that this situation remind me is that in the Andean tradition we don't have this idea of forgiveness. Okay, so we don't have this kind of, hey, please forgive me. The ancestors of my elder always say, what I do with your forgiveness? You need to, the real forgiveness in the Andean tradition coming for if you learn or don't learn. Because it's easy for me go and punch you and say, hey, forgive me, please. And the next day I go out and punch another person, or I go back to you and punch you another time. You see? No. What do you do with the forgiveness? Nothing. But if the person really learn and realize that it's not nice or it's not healthy or make a mistake, the person need to prove you that he learned. So don't repeat the same pattern over and over.
Right.
You see? And the challenge, this is in a personal way, but the challenge is in the humanity right now. So like the human collective conscious, we learn, or we just go to say I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah. and keep going. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
No, sorry, Mother Earth, we almost destroy you.
Yeah.
know? Sorry,
we
but
we keep doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's right. We don't learn.
You see?
Yeah.
And it's a little difficult when you try to transform human conscious for the superficial way. What mean to just say sorry and I change, but I think the main focus is to try to transform the human conscious, and this means that the humanity need to recognize that exists life or something more beyond these guys. You know, so when you recognize that humanity, or that Mother Earth is a being,
Yes. Yeah.
and not our resources,
Mm-hmm.
you are ready to embrace and be more responsible in your relationship with Mother Earth.
Right. Yeah.
You see, no, because part of human reality is that we see Mother Earth like resources, so we take until it's finished, and later we go to another place and take.
Right.
You know, but until humans don't recognize that Mother Earth is a being,
Yeah.
we don't have the way to create relationship with mutual respect.
Right. Yeah. It's a living, breathing being, right?
Exactly.
As opposed to just a rock that we just take and
right.
Yeah.
Okay. And all these things, I think in one hand go to help humanity to finding our harmony and our place in this planet. You see, our position, because when you find in your place, you have responsibilities.
Right.
You have a mission. You see, but if you don't find in your place, you just take. You know, and I think for what is happening with COVID and all the things, humanity go to a big transformation.
Yes.
You know, we change our perception already in many different ways that go to affect us. Maybe not right now, but in the future, of course. You see, for the next generations, of course.
Yeah.
You know,
I know we talked about COVID at the very beginning of COVID, you and I, and you basically mentioned that it was a nudge, like a gentle nudge over, like, hey, humanity, kind of get your act together. I think it may have been maybe even more of a harder nudge now, moving through after a couple of years, and the way things are evolving. Yeah. So.
It's some time of correction. You know, humanity needs sometimes to remember how to go back home.
Yes.
You know, and that is okay. Many years ago, when I beginning my spiritual journey, I remember I be sitting in this beautiful place in Tiahuanaco, in Bolivia, and I don't wanna. I wanna listen the stories that my elders sharing, you know, and it's really interesting stories about Atlantis, Lemurians, and all the things. So I said, oh my God, this is the first times that I listen to things like this, you know. And I remember these stones, it's like a group of 7 stones, call me and say, no, I like to listen what my elders say, you know. And it's like magnetically attract you. So in one point I surprising myself running into the stones, and I crashed myself there. You know, I remember that my lips is breaking and all the things is a blood in my face. You know, and, and the stone say to me, "When I call you, you come." Okay. so so there this group of stones give me a message that in the moment, you know, when I receive this message, I am like I don't know, 18, 16, something in this age, between. And the group of stones told me and say, with no fears, look your internal world and walking with reverence and feel the power of your heart. In this moment, I feel like, yeah, it's, you know, such a goofy stuff. I don't feel super confident, you know.
Right.
But now these words make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because in my personal way, in my personal work, in my personal path, I try to help the people to do exactly the things, to look internally, you know, because it's easy to see externally and judge, you know, what is correct, what is not correct, what is right, what is wrong. But it's really difficult, and we have a lot of fears to look internally.
Sure.
The most fearful place for a person is to finding herself. You know, it's easy to deal with the external stuff, difficult to deal with you. And you don't go to lie to you. You see?
Yeah.
He know where you coming from, you know?
Yeah.
So you don't have secrets for this guy.
Right.
You see? So how you go to deal with your own self is interesting, you know?
Yeah.
And we have a lot of fears to face in these realities.
Yeah.
You know? With no fear, look your internal world and walking with reverence. This is a little bit the key. When I go into my world, it's not whatever place.
Right.
I need to be respectful with myself. I need to be feeling reverence. And we have reverence just for maybe God or maybe the universe. You know, this is the moments that we feel reverence. But when you walking in your own world, you need to have this reverence. You know, more than respect.
Yeah.
You need to be in reverence with yourself.
Yeah.
Because just if you walking like this, you go to see and feel what is really power.
Right.
You know, and finding the power of your heart.
Yeah.
The power
I
of your
know
feeling.
we were having a discussion, you and I, and we both have a similar experience. We know people that, and I know a lot of people that have, including myself for large periods of time, getting caught up in the exterior stuff. Mine was business and entrepreneurship and building a business and go travel, young family. And it was like, I'm doing this, I'm spending all this time away from the family working or traveling because I'm doing it for my family. That's what I thought at that time. And over time, you keep doing that 3, 4, 5, 20 years, and it becomes this habit. And for me and for other people I know, it becomes an easy excuse, an easier way to work than deal with your inner self, with your family, with your significant other, your spouse, whatever it is. It's easier to oh, I have to work harder. And then the fragments of relationship, separate, and we all deal with major issues later on in life. And I see it every single day. And I know Jhaimy's seen it, and I mean, Devin probably sees it with his friends. And it's just something, it's almost like it's like a cancer in our society that we think this is very, very important, but in the end of the day, it's not. It's our relationships, it's our family, it's our people. But it's an easy way. It's easier to do that than work inside. Anyway, that's what I've seen. Yeah.
My when my master teach me about the mesa, my spiritual bundle, he said something sweet with me that in the moment don't make sense, but now I remember and say, wow, yeah, he tried to say these things, and he say that humans is like an empty hole.
Yeah.
We put everything and never is enough.
Right. Yeah.
You see?
That's good.
Never is enough.
So true.
You see? You put love and love, and humans receive clarity and more.
Oh, I think we froze. I think you froze there for a second there, Jhaimy. Sorry.
So I say, is the putting everything, and nothing is enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
You see? Love is not enough. Happiness is not enough. Also, money is not enough.
Right.
More and more and more and more, because we don't realize that humans is like this big empty hole, that everything come and go. Exactly for this reason, the ancestors teach about the mesa, because for us represent the container. O sea, if I give to you like human being something, it's coming and go. But if you have the awareness to pick up the things that you receive, love, happiness, and put it in one place, like in the mesa, in this spiritual bundle that we create for thousands of years, put in this part there. Later, when you need, you go there and pick up what you need.
Okay.
So exactly because humans sometimes we don't appreciate everything that we receive. We don't appreciate all the beautiful things that we have. Exactly for this reason, because it's coming and go. You see, for this reason, Mother Earth is never enough for us. You see, because we take, and the idea of resources, no? Take. When it's finished, we go to another place and continue take and take, because Mother Earth gives to humans more and more and more and more, but we don't hold him. So one beautiful way to transform this pattern, human pattern, is to appreciate and to say thank you. Live in gratitude, feel full, and it's beautiful to feel happy. It's beautiful to see what you don't what you don't have, but also in the same way, see what you have. My master always say we need to have the fair path. We need to live in the fair path. You need to be fair. I like the beautiful things of me, and the difficult things of me I push away. You see, so I am not fair. I just like to have one part of me is my favorite one, and the other one I try to throw away because it's bad, it's wrong, things like this. If you need to be fair, you need to love the beautiful things and love the difficult things too.
Right.
So put in this balance and be fair with both sides.
Yeah.
So in this way, you create a reconciliation between you and you, and a better relation. And this go to.
Yep. Like you frozen again. I think it's just frozen for
Help you to feel fully.
Sorry, Jhaimy. I think you froze again for a second. Yeah.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah.
It's
good.
Okay
good
now?
to go. Yeah. Good to go now. Yeah.
I say this part is beautiful to be embrace yourself, because there finally you holding something. You put everything in some place.
Right.
You see, that is in yourself.
The good and the bad, both sides.
Try to bring harmony between these two realities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, religion, or sometimes it's the people help us to say, oh, you have the demon and you have the angel here.
Yes.
And these guys disagree. Everyone try to say to you what you need to do.
Right.
You know, why you don't put these two guys to deal each other, you know, to finding her harmony. And from there, you go to receive just the clear knowledge.
Right.
You see? Yeah. Hey guys, you like, yeah, okay, go and have and make a strong relationship together, and I go to receive the guidance of this.
Right.
You see? Yeah. It's such a beautiful human realities, you know. It's not easy, of course. It's not easy. But it's beautiful, this journey, to try to remember who we are.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And some people thinking that we need to walk into the future. No. Maybe follow the past. The ancestors already, for thousands of years ago, these guys have a better relationship with Mother Earth. These guys don't have TV, don't have computers, don't have internet, all the technology and the distraction that we have right now. Mm-hmm. So the only focus that these guys have is to go and arrive to the personal development.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
The personal connection.
Mm-hmm.
So the traditions try to teach us the things. But I don't know, human reality thinking that we are the most knowledgeable beings, you know, for all the story, and we need to really finding our way to go ahead.
Yeah. Because we have so many distractions. We have so many distractions these days. I know when, because I've been fortunate to go on some journeys with you and Devin, our family, and I know, you know, when you leave all of these distractions behind, and we do a journey into Peru or into the forest behind my house. You leave everything behind, and then you really connect with nature, and you connect with yourself, and it's very freeing and very, I don't know, you come back cleansed and pure, but it's so easy to get back into, you know, into this stuff, right? But and it's just that we're just so distracted. We're so distracted, and we don't realize we're distracted until we go to a place where we're not distracted. And we look back, and we go, what am I doing?
You know, when COVID began, I do a ceremony. So I, in my ceremony, singing, and I visualize, came this kind of vision for me. Mm-hmm. It's this man like me walking, you see, and in another hands I see myself walking in this road, and I also look, I am a big being, you know, looking myself this little one walking in all this road, and I look the road and it's like mountains and mountains and mountains of road.
Yeah.
You see? And I am the only one walking there. And I beginning to thinking, and I ask the question for this little one, say, where are you going? Because I don't see nothing. It's mountains and mountains of the road. Mm-hmm. You know, and say, where are you going? And the guy, that is me, standing up and say, what? Yeah, you're walking. Where are you going? And it's, I don't know. Wow. So, and what is coming? I don't know. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think if now is enough to walk into, I don't know, and we go back home? Mm-hmm. You see? So, it's such a beautiful, when I am with this this being, he create some kind of offering with the stones and things in the middle of the road. He put in this flowers and everything and say, thank you for my path, but now is my time to go back home. So we flip and we beginning to walking back home for whatever is this place.
Right.
I know I came from some I have one origin. I know I have some place that is when I begin in my journey. I need to go back.
Right.
And maybe I end in the same place that I end now, but I have a place that I need to remember. I see humanity in this reality right now.
Okay.
You know, that we beginning to walking back home.
Right.
You know, and what home mean? Your own home, your own acceptance, your own connection, a reconciliation, and a beautiful. Okay, when you're walking back home, who is waiting for you there? You know, okay, I go back home, but who is in home?
Yeah, who's there? Yeah.
You see, and in home, in one hand, is always myself, waiting for me. You see, so this is such a beautiful reality, because imagine you waiting for you
Yeah.
to come back.
Yeah.
You know, for this reason is something that in this awakening, come in this reality and say, hey, remember, call your name back. You know, so finally humanity listen. And I don't think that really we have an option. You know, COVID put us to look back home and walking back.
Yes.
You know, and maybe there we are a little more aware and understand what is the legacy that we receive from the ancestors. You know, independently of culture and society, generally the elders and the ancestors giving some kind of pieces for us, symbols, you know, that go to guiding us home. You know, and maybe there we go to the origins of humanity.
Right.
And there maybe we go to perceive what is to be in home, and how is to have a nice relationship with home.
Right.
So in one way I think this is a human reconnection with Mother Earth, with what is really important for us, and that we're living in this planet, and this planet is home. You see,
and it's alive. It's a living.
And it's alive.
It's a living being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I find it really fascinating. You know, from the beginning of COVID to the end of COVID, and kind of focusing a little bit more on the inside. That we spend a lot of Reiko and I spend a lot of time in the wilderness, in the forest, in the woods, right? And it's such a beautiful place. But so then we come back to North Vancouver here, and we go around Rice Lake, where we go, and we go in there all the time because we love October because of the mushrooms and the connected. Just mushrooms, I just love them. It's incredible. So we're in there, you know, walking through the woods, enjoying. Well, I've never seen that mushroom before. I've never seen that life. I've never seen, you know, with this, and it's incredible. But it's really interesting because you'll be in there, and people are coming in, and they're jogging around, but they've got 40 minutes to do their jog, and they get out. But all of this is going on around us, but blinders on. I'm going to go out in nature, but I don't care about it. I'm just going to run through it and get back to my computer and whatever. And so you're right. So it's it's this connection with this being, this amazing planet that we're on, and what's going on with a massive tree and little mushrooms and the symbiosis going between the two of them and all this. Like if you're out there and if you actually put your antennas out a little bit, you could feel what's going on. It's taken a long time to get to that point, but it's just, I'm in awe. I'm just absolutely in awe with everything that our planet has to offer all of us, and it's just crazy with our phones and whatever we run through nature. We just take it for granted. It's a background. I
think it's funny. I think it's like we all forget that, a lot of people, sometimes we forget like we are of the earth. Everything that's living, everything that we've ever known came from the exact same place. But we just think like, oh no, we're the humans, we're the special ones. We're here. So happens to be, we can just take advantage of everything. And it's just like we're all one and the same. Like we're all literally, we were, evolved from a little microorganism, and that's and all of life is from that, as we know it, right? But you're right. People become detached from that, and they're busy in their lives, and they have, But it's just kind of like the human nature, where we just become so accustomed to, this is how life has always been, and this is totally normal, and we're here, and we're just get everything. And it's like, no, we're all from the same source.
We're all from the stardust.
It's time to move our conscious. It's time to fully this empty place. You see that humans stop be the sun, just the hole to put things and go away. And never feel enough. With nothing. I remember one day I have a really difficult conversation with somebody, and I go a little bit in this disillusion, when deception, and I say, oh, human nature, another time, and I beginning to walk into the mountain, like more with sadness and mixing of feelings, sadness, anger, and a little bit of like, oh, these humans, another time, human things, and also looking myself there, and walking. And I arrived to one place, and I saw a woman, hey, this is the end of the path, how I go continue? And she said, no, if you like to continue, you need to cross the road, the things. So here is the end. So I say, well, I need to go back home, And before go back, I see this small house, like made by some wood there, but it's like really destroyed. And I hold in the main tree that, all the other tree woods, the main root, the main foundation in this little house. I holding and pray and singing, and I say, and I realize that in one hand, this anchor or this pillar is my life. That I am supporting many people in my path, in my spiritual path, and with what I share and all the healing process that I do. But sometimes you, like the pillar, need support, need help, so my way to supporting and help is to pray and singing and recognize how important is his support.
Right.
And in this way, I recognize how important is a little my work, the work that I do. So I feel a little more in peace, and I beginning to walk back. And finally, I enjoy. Finally, I see. I don't. When I beginning to walk up and walking down, I realize that I don't know nothing. I don't know how I arrived to this point. I just walking, thinking in my own be lost in my own ideas, And when I come back, I really enjoy the trees. I really enjoy the river. I really enjoy the birds there, and I really beginning to pay attention. You know, I don't. In one hand, I don't know where I go, but my feet know where these guys came from. You know, so I beginning to follow my feet and enjoy. I hope humanity go to live the same experience.
Right.
We arrive to one place and we don't know how we arrived there. But in the process to come back, my hope is that finally humanity go to enjoy the process of reconnections.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's
and
excellent.
Appreciate everything that is around, you know?
Yeah. Wow. That's fantastic.
And also one beautiful thing is something that my master always mentioned, but I really understand or make sense no long ago, is the idea that nature lives inside of you. You have your own nature. You know, when you're walking into this forest and you appreciate all these beautiful things and the mushrooms and the symbiosis between the tree, you know, wow, this is a reflection of who you are. Right. The nature is, my master say, when you see something, where is this? There. No, it's inside of you. It's your own perception. Whatever you see, for example, right now when I see you guys, where are you? There, in everyone in your home? No, you are inside of me. I digest and processing the conversation with both.
Right.
You know? So if inside of me exists this beautiful nature and beautiful things, I appreciate. But if inside of me exists my worry, my time, and how fast I move, is what I live.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see? This is my nature.
Yeah.
And I need to be okay with this. And this is the other part of when we don't accept who we are. Because somebody say that we need to change. And it's nothing to change, I always say. It's everything to accept. I am this kind of person. From there it's possible to transform and transmute and do everything, you know. But the first step is I need to accept myself. I need to accept my beautiful things and my difficult things. And later I go to be work in progress. You know?
Yeah. Never ending work in progress.
No, it's this idea of the perfection, the imperfection is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, we are imperfect. So it's perfect because give us the reason to be alive. You know? You see? And the perfection is imperfect. Because you don't have a place to grow in. You don't have a place to go. You're perfect. You have limitations. You are there.
Oh, that's great. So should we wrap it up on that? What do you think? What do you think? Or
yeah,
Jhaimy?
Oh, no. Again, everybody, thank you so much for listening, and we'll have to have Jhaimy on for a third time. This is the second time on the show, guys. If you need to know more, I mean, you got to know more about Jhaimy. We'll put the link in the description of the video to everything he's got going on. Other than that, thank you so much for coming on today, and it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, my bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. You know, I feel I am part of your family.
Yeah,
you're part of my family.
Definitely.
And thank you very much for everything. And it's such a beautiful pleasure for me to be here with you guys. And please continue sharing your heart with people. You know, people need more to listen more. People need more awareness, and you guys bring these kind of things to humanity, you know. So sometimes we don't know what we do. We just do it.
No, we never do. We never know what we do.
Exactly. And we need to be happy with this.
I just want to say thanks again, for Jhaimy. You're just awesome, and you are part of our family. Your family is part of our family, and then your family, you're proving like we're this big, incredible. It's an amazing community, amazing, loving community, and thank you. And if people want to listen, you also have a podcast, and it's called Heart of the Condor. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Heart of the Condor, which we'll post the links to that as well. And also, you guys are amazing, you and your family, and you guys support also a lot of charities in Peru. There was supporting children and families and whatnot, and we'll put links to all of that on here as well. So yeah, you guys are incredible. And actually, one more thing is that my wife Reiko and I are actually going on a 3-week journey in January with Jhaimy and some other people to northern Peru. So Jhaimy also is a guide, and he does guide these incredible journeys. They're not trips, they're journeys, and absolutely unbelievably incredible. Our family have gone multiple times, and we keep going back, just learning a little bit more each time, because we're these ever evolving beings, right? So it's just so yeah, we'll put a link to that too on there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Anyay.
We say anyay.
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 Anyay.